Alright, so I'm getting close, and I just want to say if, I know sometimes words can get slurred, and I just saw the video that I posted, and it doesn't, I'm not happy with the communication. This is supposed to be an educational series, and, if at any point in time it's supposed to be an educational series, so, I'm a teacher, and that's all I am. Um, and I just want to make my intentions clear that I'm not here to ruffle feathers. I'm here to explain kind of the techniques and share them with you, what works for me, the things that I see, and that's why I'm here. This is a community of people, and we're here to grow and learn together. I just believe in involving as many senses as possible and really having a personal connection. So that's why I do these video feeds, because I really believe in them. I just want to take a moment, and I really appreciate everybody here, because it's a great community. It's a great thing, and I've learned a tremendous amount from the people that write here. So I'm very grateful, and I just want to acknowledge that, acknowledge the support of the community. There's a few things that I want to share. What's working for me, and I want to share with you. In terms of like goals, one thing that I'm really hoping that I'm getting to is time management, and planning your time so that you can have a female escort with you as often as possible. For myself, a goal that I'd like to have is having in a one of the influences that now is 2.5 Men with Charlie Sheen, in his golden era, because it is a great show, and I really do find that inspiring. And he's a very good actor, and he's very inspiring. It's a very inspiring show, and I would highly recommend it to you. Planning and organization. One thing that I notice is, I see something shiny, and I'm like, ooh, shiny. And when it comes to like, a bunch of numbers, I really want to try and like put those in some kind of like a spreadsheet or something, and like, or some kind of journal, or some kind of thing where I can like see, like, because sometimes someone that I meet, it's not like an immediate date kind of thing, and just making sure that I don't forget anyone, because it would be a shame to meet someone that's really great, and then have them get away because you just didn't remember to call them, right? And really going back to that, like, abundance of sexual abundance. Like, right now I'm really focused with school, so I don't really have time to be like a professional dating, kind of guy. We're like 7 days a week, kind of got a different date. But, ultimately kind of like leading into that, like, we're not really a professional, but life, right? Like an hour a day calling, setting up appointments, like filling your calendar, right? Going through like all your people, and when you've got like that abundance, it's kind of like, if you say like call me and someone doesn't call you, it's kind of like, come on, so you might have to, like, I mean, I'm just kind of learning as well, but I'm kind of like right now going with like the next treatment. I'll call you in a few days, but I'm not gonna like chase after you if you're not interested, right? Or you're playing a game or something. So keeping everything organized, and then I know there's something else. Going on dates. So right now, I know my date is like really standard, and it's not exciting at all. I'm a very average, and I'm pegged as like not special when it comes to my date, right? Because all I do right now is like, I'm busy, I don't have time, or I haven't made time to like really get into, you know, great date ideas. So, you know, one thing I want to do moving forward is, you know, it might just take a little bit of creativity. It doesn't necessarily mean I have to spend a lot more money, but like just going places and like with the goal of like, you know, the goal is like create like what an amazing day, right? So you know, it's like step into my world and like, you know, we'll go like 5 different places, like, you know, straight out of like Mysteries Method. You know, it's like you go 5 places with a girl, she's gonna be like, wow, he's a really cool guy. I'm having a great time. Like, you know, he's interested. You know, he's exciting, kind of erotic. You know, and you know, I feel attracted to that. And you know, when the time is right, just be like, hey, you know, let's you know, we're in the car and heading home, and you know, the next thing you know, like bing bang boom, and it just happens, right? So you know, when it just happens, I think that's a lot, you know, better kind of thing than it's like, oh yeah, we'll come over and we'll hook up kind of thing. Another kind of thing that I want to kind of share is what's going on with me right now. Demonstrations of lower value. I'll just come right out and say this, but you know, you know, I'm a creative guy, right? And I'm just like a creative guy, and I you know, Mystery kind of like coined the phrase demonstrations of lower value. So I really feel like, you know, I understand and I get him, but you know, when people are saying like, you know, when he says demonstration of lower value, I think what that means is like, you know, for myself, it's like, you know, I have a really big life plan, right? Like, you know, I have you know, I'm in the process of doing a bunch of really big things and big plans, right? But sometimes I come across as like naturally arrogant, or you know, just like too smart. You know, it's like, you know, and I understand, because it's like people sometimes it's like, I don't like you because you're too smart, right? And you know, you're not common enough. Like, I can't relate to you, and you're just like this Bono kind of like all over the map, right? And so it's important to like be relatable. You know, be common. You know, and that's something I want to carry with me through my whole life. Is you know, I'm a common guy. Like, I should be able to walk anywhere around the world, you know, with and the majority of people would want to hug me rather than, you know, pick on me, kind of, right? You know, or not, you know, like, you know, love or hate, right? I would hope most people want to love me, right? You know, or you know, see what the greatness, or, you know, you know, but anyways, so you know, just trying to like, you know, if you know, because that kind of communication just comes naturally. So every now and then, just say something that kind of like brings you down, and like, you know, makes, you know, like something really dumb that you've done in your life, and it's like, yeah, man, like you know, so forth and so on, right? Um, but when it comes to like trust, you know, I had this kind of realization, and it's like um, immediate trust is based entirely on commonality. Like when you meet someone, and it's like right away, it's like, do I trust this person to lead me? It's based entirely on commonality, like how much commonality you share. So the more commonality you show, the more trust you're going to get. And I'll wrap this up real quick, but I'll tie it into an example. Like in my class that I'm taking right now, I'm taking a railway conducting course. And just really quickly, and I'll sum it up in a minute. You know, we have two class representatives, and you know, I knew going into this program that I wanted to work my way up the ladder. And you know, I said, you know, said I'd like to be a class rep, and we didn't vote on it, but you know, me and someone else became class rep. Anyways, but you know, like you know, like my modus operandi is to create $1 billion worth of smiles. You know, you know, that's kind of like not the top priority, but you know, I'd rather be Charlie Sheen in 2.5 Men than do that. But it is something I'd like to do, right? If you got to do something, you might as well make people laugh and smile, right? And but because I came across as like, I'm management, I'm after the money. This is me. Like I'm business, right? I'm not a railroader. I'm business. That separated me from everybody else. And you know what? Like it was only like a couple days after when they said like, you know what, we want to vote because we never voted. And some other people were like, who is this guy, right? Like he's I don't really want him leading me. I don't see I don't see anything in him. Anyways, we had a vote, and I got almost no votes at all. So that just goes to show that when you meet someone for the first time, like it's like you first make eye contact. Um, it's about how much you share with them, like what you have in common with them. So if they smoke, have a smoke. If what's the price of admission, right? It's like if you really want to be their friend, have a smoke, right? Have a drink, like if they're into heavy metal, talk about Metallica, right, or whatever, right? So great band, right? You know, and I think that would those are just my thoughts right now, but the very last point is eye contact. Eye contact is super attractive. Very, very. It's like probably the most. Like people are talk about. And one thing that I kind of get from this community is a bit. Just little snippets. And it's like, wow, that really it was a paradigm shift. But talking about non-verbals, and I just noticed the other day. It's like when it's a very subtle but very like it's the difference between a girl in her mind. It's like yes or no, and it's like when you're walking down a road, and a girl makes eye contact with you. You're looking at her, and she makes eye contact with you, and then you look away. Mm-mm. You gotta hold the eye contact. It's like when you're looking at a girl and she looks at you, then the natural reaction is like, ooh, and you kind of want to look away, but you can't break that eye contact. And eye contact is a very, very powerful, like, way to show your interest. And if there's one thing that women love, it's being sexually sexually excited. And when you can just convey really strong eye contact, that's very strong sexual excitement for her on her end. That's just my thoughts, but once again, yeah, that's what's going on. Really look forward to sharing some things with you, and please throw some comments in. I know I was watching some of my earlier videos, and it's like, wow, I don't really like this guy, but I'm really happy that no one's really watching them because it's like any kind of acting or performing. It's like you got to work your way into it and kind of progress to where it's like, oh, you can work out the fine details, and it's like now you're ready to really get into the show, right? So have a great day.